Hey, what's up guys? James here, and this video is to help you determine whether or not your vintage Masters of the Universe figure has been repaired or not. And the reason I'm making this video is because a lot of people don't know what to look for. And with the movie coming out, there's going to be newer collectors. And some of these figures are pretty expensive, especially when you get into variants that came out of India and Top Toys in Argentina, blah, blah, blah. So, but this applies to all figures. The first thing you're going to want to do is get your phone, and you're going to want to actually look at the seams right here and check for scarring. Sorry if I'm having some focusing issues, but check for scarring. This figure has been repaired. Now, I repaired this figure, but I didn't spend a lot of time trying to make this figure look really good. But you're going to be looking for scarring. You can see scarring right here, right? And now, if I spent time on this, I could make it look pretty much perfect. Scarring up here, you see these gaps and scars. You see gap right here. Right here, and also consider taking the arm peg off. The most common way that these figures are going to be taken apart and repaired is going through the arm peg. So seeing scarring on the arm peg is a good way to tell. But if you're taking an arm off, make sure that you put it in boiling water, the shoulder and the arm, and gently take it off, especially with the Leo India figures, which these are. It's really brittle, and you can break off an arm peg, and that wouldn't be a good thing. Check right here for gap. You see this little gap right here? That shouldn't be like that. So we're going to gaps up here, the top right here, and really check for scarring. Another telltale sign is a gap within the shorts. Now this one, yeah, this should not be like this. I mean, it's pretty flush, but let me show you like this right here. What you could do is just jiggle it, and you can hear right here. Now, assuming that this still has a working action. This one's a little bit loose, but that is a sign. If the spring inside is completely broken, then yeah, you're going to have this. But that's a pretty good sign. But you're really just look at the gaps here. Look at your seams, and this is also a sign right here. We're going to take a look at a figure that has not been repaired. This figure has not been repaired. We're also going to be talking about how to tell if the shorts are authentic, because when things come out of India, I mean, they just repair things in India. So you want to make sure that the shorts are authentic Leo India shorts, the legs and the arms, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But I want to show you this right here. This figure has not been repaired, but you can see that there's glue, and that is because these figures were glued. They weren't sonically welded together like this. But you should still have really clean seams. Like if you look right here, you don't see any scarring right here, you know. So check your seams. This is factory right here. But always check your seams. Make sure they're nice and tight. There shouldn't be any gaps or scarring. But if it is a figure from India, you can expect there to be glue. That's normal. And check for gaps right here. See this one? It's perfectly flush, which is how it should be, unless you have a bad spring that's totally separated. All right, now we're going to talk about the shorts. So these are authentic Leo India shorts, and then these are Taiwan shorts. And sometimes what they'll do is, because these shorts are often broken, and that is because the leg bands were thicker and tighter, and this was more brittle plastic. That's why you will often see leg bands that, shorts that have been cracked and chipped. You're gonna want to check on the corners right here, around here, and check around here. If you're really not sure, what you can do is put some alcohol and just feel around here and see if any paint comes up. But a good way to tell is actually by taking the legs off and looking inside for repairs. But if you look, these are Taiwan shorts. You see how much detail are in these shorts right here? And then if we look at the Leo India ones, they're a lot more dull. And if you look on the back, it's even more apparent. See all the detail there, and you see how dull this is. Also, if you were to take these legs off and these legs off, there's a tab. If you ever change the leg bands, you would know what I'm talking about. There's a tab inside here where there is not a tab up on the top inside of these Leo shorts. So that's how you can tell. There's also different numbering on the inside, but that's really hard to see. So how can you tell that your legs are authentic Leo India legs? Well, this is a Taiwan figure, right? And if we go like this, I could, you know, really just bend this. You're not going to be able to do that with a Leo figure. This is a lot harder. It's a lot harder. Another way to tell is if you look, this is Taiwan. See how uniform and like clean this was? The paint I'm talking about. But if you look here on these Leo figures, you're going to see a lot of flaws. There's even dirt in the paint. There's often pooling down here. I know that one of these have pooling. Here you go. So this is a very common thing, is to have the paint pool up at the heels. You can see this is all factory right here, defects. Now, in general, this applies to all action figures. If you're concerned about the face paint being touched up or the feet being touched up, what you can do is take a black light and look, and it will show some touch-ups. But don't be surprised if there's touch-ups on your Leo India figures. It's very common over there. But again, look, you hear that rattling? That's because this is loose. But it's a common sign of repair, just like this one. Okay, now here's one. This is just Taiwan. This is really flush. You know, I'm talking about where the shorts meet the bottom of the torso. This one has not been repaired. There's not that rattling. It's really flush. And that's how, and also going back to the legs, that's how you can tell just by how hard the plastic is and by the paint. Also, another, I believe on all He-Man, Prince Adam, Faker, legs that have boots, I believe all the paint stops mid-boot right here, where it would go completely up to the top on Taiwan figures and Malaysian figures. And there's also some numbers here. I don't really 100% know all the numbers and yada yada, but that's how I can tell, is by the paint and the hardness of the plastic to know whether or not your legs are authentic. So let's talk about the arms. One big, you can just tell, look with the fingers. That's how I can tell. Now there are numbers in the shoulders, but I've never really, I think R5, but don't quote me on that. But this is how I tell. The thumb is, a lot more rubbery. This is compared to Leo India plastic. This, I mean, it's really hard to bend, in the thumb over here. It's gonna just be really hard to bend. So that's what you're gonna be looking out for. I hope that this video has been helpful. Make sure that when you are buying something that the seller is offering a full refund. I would highly suggest always use PayPal. Goods and services, I don't care who it is. I've seen guys that I've known for years literally start scamming people, and it's pathetic. So anyways, always get pictures of the seams. Check the gap in the shorts. Look at the shorts really close. And if you have any questions, you can probably just message me on Facebook, or reach out to the community. There's some good communities on Facebook. But anyways, I think that's it. So make sure that just be safe, and make sure that you buy from trusted members, but no matter what, make sure that there is a refund process that you can take advantage of, even if you aren't sure. Because let's actually, before we go, a lot of these will get past people. This is just a decent repair that I did. I mean, I could repair this so well that you would not be able to tell. You know, but this is like a decent repair, and this would probably get by me, honestly. But that looks pretty decent, you know. How would you know this one's repaired? Well, look right there. You see that pinholing? See how it's not real uniform right there, the gap in the top of the neck that I was talking about. And if we look over here, look, there's a little crack right there. That crack was caused because there's a peg right there. Somebody's, you know, prying right there and cracked it right there. So just be careful, guys. But that's how you're going to be able to tell. I hope that this video has been informative, and please feel free to share it. And I also will be posting this on YouTube. That way you can share it more freely with any of your collector buddies. Make sure that everybody's you know, safe. So anyways, that's the video. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Have a good day, and later.